Okay, well, um, looks like my live stream has successfully started. So let us start. We're here because the Smart Start Content Club is starting. And man, I look like I'm in a dark hole. Hang on one second. Okay, maybe that's a little bit better. I don't know. Anyways, we're here because Smart Start Content Club is open right now. It's always open, but I'm doing an actual launch now, which is really beneficial for you because you get some extra good stuff when I do an active launch, which means you're gonna get some bonuses and there's some fun deals going around that might be of interest. So yeah, a good time to tune in. Anyways, I wanted to hop on this YouTube live right now because I know that questions always pop up. Because I mean, you hear Smart Start Content Club, you're kind of sometimes like, "What is that? What does that mean?" I get it, and I would be right there with you too if I wasn't, up to my eyeballs deep in everything Smart Start Content Club. Anyways, let me begin by just giving a little recap of who I am and my background so you have some idea of just who is this coming to you and what are my credentials. My name is Suzanne, in case that wasn't obvious. I am the person behind Suzanne Brick Consulting and SB Success Factor and the host of the Smart Start Content Club. My background is in all things business communications, marketing communications, content creation, copywriting. Those are probably the most directly relevant things, but I also have a background in education in operations management, business administration, and project and program management, as well as pretty deep experience with um, information and knowledge management solutions. So I've worked with all kinds of organizations from little kind of family run organizations all the way up to multinational enterprises in industries ranging from international development to investment management and literally everything in between. So it really runs the gamut. I've seen, behind the green curtain of a lot of different organizations, both here in the US and having lived and worked abroad as well. So with my educational and experiential background, I've developed a real expertise for this communication stuff and am looking to share that with you, help you through your struggles, blow through those pain points, and so on. And with my operations and project and program management background, I'm really well positioned to help you also, not just help you strategize and plan your content, but also streamline the processes, right? So that you're not only making more effective content that's of higher quality, that's helping you push through towards your business goals better, it's performing better, meaning, you're connecting with your audience better, you're driving conversions more, that sort of thing. But you're also producing that content and planning that content in a more effective and efficient way, meaning you're wasting less time and energy, which, as we all know, translates to money, right? Wasted time is wasted money. I mean, I don't know if you charge $300 an hour for your time and I can help you save 2 hours of time every month, you've just saved yourself $300 or excuse me, per hour. So $600 worth of time. So that's, I mean, the value proposition is pretty striking and pretty evident when you think about it in that sense, right? So when you get into the Smart Start Content Club, what you get every month is a strategic content plan. And there's kind of two versions of it. There's a grab and go version, which is for people who just want to get in there, be told what to do, have their marching orders, get out, and then go execute on that. That's totally cool. That's one type of person. But there's also the other type of people who want to learn a little bit. They want to expand their knowledge and awareness and skill base, which is legitimate as well. And there's a lot of people who are kind of somewhere in between, or sometimes they're one, sometimes the others. It doesn't matter. The membership really accommodates both kinds of people, right? Which is another one of its beauties. But if you're that type of person who wants to, deepen and broaden your understanding of business communications and content programming, the membership is great too, because the strategic content plan that you get every month also has a version that says, this is why you're having this kind of strategy. This is why we've broken it down this way. This is why you're creating X number of pieces of content of this sort or that sort. So you really get your understanding. But it's not so much that you're going to drown, because I understand you're probably not a communications professional. You're not looking to be a marketing guru or a content queen or king, which is totally fine. Your zone of genius and your area of adding the most impact and value in your business possibly lies elsewhere. And if you are a communications pro, this will just be a shortcut, right? Which is awesome. Or it could be kind of approaches or concepts that you take to your clients and facilitate your work with them. It's all good. So yeah, I mean, if you're that type of person who wants to just get in there real quick and move on, that's fine. But if you're the person who wants to have, that minimum viable awareness, knowledge, skills to move forward, move through business communications with more ease, with, more effortlessly, that's totally cool too. I've got you covered there too. Yeah, so that's kind of, a background there. But when you join the Smart Start Content Club, you get a monthly strategic content plan, and there's one that rotates each month, and then there's two that are permanently in there. The two that are permanently in there are the nurture your audience and welcome your audience. Those are always in there. They're there forever for you. And then the one that cycles through each month will be something like launching an existing offer, getting your audience to engage, hosting a flash sale, launching a new product. I don't know. Right now I've got a running list of probably 30 different themes, purposes. It's all about being more purposeful and tying a through line between your business goals and activities to your promotional plans to your communications and content, so that there's a through line there and everything makes sense and supports and serves each other, so that you're not just, flinging pasta at the wall and hoping something sticks. This is helping you be more meaningful and impactful and intentional with your efforts, hopefully guiding you to create stuff that is easier and more enjoyable for you to do, because then you'll stick with it and get that consistency and traction, but also to create content that resonates better and aligns better with your customers and what their needs are and what the journey is that you want to take them on. So it's really awesome in that way as well. And I know that so many people struggle with this. They don't really, because their expertise isn't in this area, which is totally fine. You can't have everybody, be mavens and gurus and ninjas and black belts and whatever in this stuff. That's totally fine. But because they aren't, a lot of times there are, and I got to be clear, I live and breathe this stuff, and I still have a lot of these challenges too. We're not immune from it, just because we deal with it day in, day out. But a lot of people have struggles. One of the biggest struggles I hear is about consistency. Consistency is a huge challenge for so many people. And so with Smart Start Content Club, there's really a few different ways that we try to address that. One is, again, making your content and communications more strategic and more organized and more well prepared in advance, which just makes the whole thing move more smoothly. If something changes, you're better prepared to be agile and responsive rather than reactive and kind of, trying to avoid being in a place of chaos and stress. Another way is helping to create systems. And when your systems are, aligned and streamlined, they make sense for the kind of content you're creating, the kind of audience you have, and the way that you like to work. Things just kind of flow. You get into a flow zone a lot more easily. So there's less friction in that aspect as well. So consistency is a challenge, but there are definitely ways that we address that in the membership. And I think that's really, it's just really great because it is probably the pain point I hear absolutely the most. And it's not necessarily that people don't have the time to dedicate. A lot of them don't, but it's more that it's just so hard. There's so much resistance and friction and all these other things that just make it so hard or feel so heavy that consistency is just not there. Other things, become the pot that's on the front of the burner, the hotter fire that's being addressed. And so, we can really help you with that. And once you have that help, once you're a little bit more consistent, you're creating new habits. It's like muscles that you're developing, and you're learning how to tone and stretch and strengthen them, right? As you go, it gets a lot easier to become more consistent because you've really honed in on what content to make and the systems and processes and standards and so forth to actually start making that content. So, And I would say the other common struggle that I hear from people or challenge is, believe it or not, I don't identify with this one as much, but coming up with what to say or maybe how to say it. That's never been my problem. I'm definitely an ideas person, and I have lists of lists all over the place of stuff I want to create and talk about and that sort of thing. So that I can't personally identify with that, but I could totally see it. Like some people either have lots of ideas and then they're over flooded, like they're overloaded and they go totally blank and then there's no action, right? Other people just like totally draw a blank. When they sit down to think about doing communications or content, they go totally blank. They don't literally have to be looking at a blank page, but that's what it's like for them. And the Smart Start Content Club will help with that as well. There is all kinds of resources, both fresh each month that's specifically tailored to the content strategy that's the theme of the month, but also more generic like templates for content brainstorming, some AI prompts and that sort of thing. And you will just never be at that point where you're like, I have no idea what to say, what to talk about. Because again, you're going to come into this with business goals, your promotional plan, and this help with content ideation, right? So when you actually sit down to go, write that blog post, write that email, post on social, create a webinar, create a new ebook, or whatever it is you're doing for your content, you'll really sit down to the table well prepared. You're going to have a plan. you're going to understand it from start to finish. And you're going to be amazed, because when you have that plan, when it's all mapped out, you can see what came before it and what's coming after it. Some of that friction just kind of falls away, and you can just start creating your content so much more easily. And you'll see that for future content that you're creating of similar kind, that also becomes easier, because, hey, you just look, instead of recreating your email every time, you go back, you copy the other one to drafts, and it becomes your template, stuff like that, to really make it so much less difficult and so much less time consuming for yourself. And, you really owe it to yourself to do that, because maybe like I said before, your zone of genius is somewhere else, and you owe it to your audiences, to your prospects, your clients, your customers, to share that knowledge and that skill and those services and those products that you're known for with them, instead of wasting your time trying to make being a better communicator, a better content creator, all on your own. And it's just not the best use of your time or intellect or energy. And so with Smart Start Content Club, we're really trying to help you get to a point where you're doing what you need to do for your content, because let's face it, every person and every business is 100% of the time, you are selling, you are marketing, and you are communicating. And the vehicles for communication is content. So whether you like it or not, you are always 100% of the time doing that, right? Even if I sat here totally silent, I would be communicating something, because I have a certain look, I'm in a certain kind of setting, I'm using YouTube, it's a certain kind of format. Those are all communication bits, pieces of content, all together. They tell a story, right? So whether you like it or not, as a person and as a business, you're 100% all the time marketing, selling, and communicating. And everything you're doing is essentially content. So I urge you to check out Smart Start Content Club and really get a better feel for what is on offer and the value it can deliver to you, how it can help you really overcome those obstacles and pain points of, for example, being consistent with your content creation and sharing, and coming up with really, legitimate, valid ideas, worthwhile and valuable ideas of content to share with your people. And just the idea of, we're generally going from the sense of like being lost and fuzzy and chaotic to having some clarity and taking action. Because again, nothing's going to change if you don't take action. Smart Start Content Club will help you with all that. So you can look down in the description below, and you'll see links to the information page. And on that information page, you'll see you have different options for the different membership plans that there are. They're all a really good value. And my recommendation is to start out with the Grow plan. That's the middle plan. It's a quarterly plan, because all three plans start with a 3-month initial sign-up commitment. And that's because you need to give yourself some runway. You need to give yourself some time to see what the material is inside the membership, and to try it out, to learn it by doing, because that's really the only way that you're going to get a feel for it, understand it. And we're talking about a different approach here than you're probably currently used to. So that takes a little time. It takes a little patience. And I want you to have this time and space, this little bit of runway, to be able to do that in a way that's comfortable, but not so short of so long of a time that you're not actually implementing, you're not taking action. You got to take action. But I think that, that first 3 months gives you a chance to get used to it, to adjust, build some new habits, build some new routines, learn a little bit, so that you can make the most of the membership. And you're also getting 3 months worth of content the moment you sign up. So you're getting 3 strategic content plans plus access to all the other supplemental materials and resources that are in the membership. So you really are getting 3 months of content and membership stuff. Excuse me. And that's really to help you increase your chances of success, because I want you to get in there and not feel like, you're inundated with content, or, there's something glommed on to add extra stress to you. I want you to get in there and feel comfortable that you have the time and space to try it out, to experiment, to see what's there, to read a little and then do a little, and to have a little bit of time to be able to reach out to me if you've got questions or something's just not clicking. So, so that's why there's a 3-month initial period. And then after the first 3 months, you can either do a monthly plan, or what I am recommending, like I was starting to say, is the quarterly plan. That's the grow plan, which is the middle plan. And that one is it's a little bit more money, but it is a giant fly here, but it is such a great value. It's really a no-brainer, because what you're getting with that middle plan, that higher level, more premium plan, is you are also getting access to a monthly asynchronous Q&A office hours kind of experience. It's not really an event because it's asynchronous, but it's basically access to me to ask your personal questions. Okay, so if you have questions on how to use something in the membership, how to use the strategic content plan, how to create a process, anything related to the membership itself, things that are included in it, or related to business communications or content creation, it's all fair game. So you're getting direct access to me and all my experience. And I didn't say it before, but I look young and fresh and, whatnot, but I've been at this for over 20 years. So, I've been around a few blocks a couple times. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. I can help you. I can save you from hours of having to, Google stuff, or, the God only knows what you get out of ChatGPT, right? So you have direct access to me, and that's a huge benefit. But what I think is even really cooler, and what I'm really excited about, is each quarter there will be a mini retreat that will be focused on this whole process we're talking about of going from business goals and activities to your promotions to your content and communications planning. Is that we're working at that through line. We're connecting all those dots. And no person left behind. We're going to make sure in this mini retreat, it'll be 2.5, 3 hours long, that you've got your schedule, you've got your marching orders for at least the next quarter. And hopefully if you stay in the membership long enough, you'll get on a rolling basis. So you're going to be so set. It's going to be awesome. And the other cool thing is with the Smart Start Content Club in general, but also with when you get through with the quarterly retreats, is let's say you don't write all your content yourself, or you don't create all your content yourself, or you have people who help with bits and pieces of it. So maybe you write it and you film it, but you hand your video off to a video editor, or you hand your mini guide off to a graphic designer to format and put in nice little pictures or something, or you got a VA or something. All of these things inside the Smart Start Content Club will also make it so much easier for you to collaborate with other people, or to delegate, outsource, to hand off stuff. It facilitates that whole process and all the organization and management that goes along with that. So, so that's one of the things that I'm really excited about with the Grow plan, which is, by the way, the Grow plan and the Glow plan are the two premium tiers. Those are new for this launch of the membership. And the membership is still pretty new. I only launched it. It only opened for the first time, launched for the first time 3 months ago. So it's also a really cool time to get in the doors because it's founders pricing still. You're getting the lowest cost that this, lowest price that this membership will ever be. And I do have plans to raise the price of the membership. I don't have an exact date, but it will be going up. And when you join now, you will lock in the prices that are there right now. So for not that much money, you're getting all the materials in the Smart Start Content Club, and you are getting a monthly co-working session. You're getting the monthly Q&A, office hours, asynchronous access, and the answers for your questions in that are personalized. So it's specifically addressing what you're asking, and you're getting access to that content strategy and planning quarterly mini retreat. So I think it's really awesome. I'm super excited about it. It's just such a great value. And when you join now, you're not only locking in that founders member pricing, but you're also at this inflection point where you can help shape the membership. So I'm reaching out to members all the time saying, what do you like? What do you don't like? What's working? What's not working? How can I change this? How can I make this easier to use? And so this is a time where you can join and actually be seen and more heard, and get materials and the look and feel of the membership possibly tailored more to your needs, because I know how to do this stuff. This isn't for me. This is for you. I'm trying to serve more people through this membership. And, it's my goal. I feel like it's my duty to make sure that the materials and resources and tools and templates and trainings and all that stuff, events and so forth, are presented in such a way and contain information that is relevant and resonating with you, right? Because like I said, nothing is going to change if you don't take action, but I got to give you the tools. I got to help equip you to be able to take that action in the most effective and efficient way. And so that's one of the really exciting things about joining at this point in the infancy of Smart Start Content Club, is that you can help me, adjust course, help me steer the ship. And I'm really excited about that. I am really big on collaboration, so that aspect really is very exciting and interesting to me. So like I said, just go and look, down below. There's a link, and you can find the page that has more information and sign up there. The cart for the open doors for Smart Start Content Club, they'll be open until 11:59 p.m. on Friday, July 25th. Okay, so it's not very much time, I know, but I am a huge advocate for taking action. That there's a saying, you got to shit or get off the pot. And, I want you to take your action, whichever one of those it is, right? Go check it out. It's a great value. You can sign up and try it. And I know you'll want to stay because it's getting better and better and better every month. Even just in the 3 months it's been open so far, it's just gotten better every month. If I do say so myself. But I've gotten good feedback from, initially from early members, and have been also incorporating their feedback to make little tweaks and improve things. And then I've got this full roadmap of things to add to the membership or to change. I'm not just dumping content in there because I don't want to overwhelm you. I'm not just dumping events in there, but the roadmap for the membership is more about making it easier for you to get things done, making it faster, making it clearer, making it, just so obvious and inevitable that you'll get from your like pain point, your struggle, to this point of victory, satisfaction, relief, like whatever that, from that before to that after, whatever that after is that you want. So that might look like creating custom AI tools for you to use, some more templates, some more workflow checklist type things that are really kind of cool. And it's going to be really awesome. I'm so excited for you. I hope you join in and get to experience for yourself. So, but again, aside from this initial 3-month commitment, you join, and then you can either be monthly or quarterly. And then, there's no contracts. You can cancel whenever you want. You can come back. It's all good. And it's really going to be a great value in terms of also because members get access to special discounts. So for example, the quarterly mini retreat, I will be offering as a standalone workshop that non-members can purchase. But for members, for Grow and Glow members, they get to go to the workshop for free. And for Go members, their monthly members, will be able to get it at a reduced rate. So there's a lot of perks that are not particularly within the membership, but that are special for members. They're exclusive for members. So yeah, go check it out. Like I said, the cart closes, the doors close on Friday at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. And I hope to see you on the inside. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I should also be going and live again on YouTube on Thursday. Let me see what time. Thursday. Oh, it's not on my calendar yet. Thursday, probably either in the morning or Pacific time or midday Pacific time. Trying to get in front of people who aren't able to make a session that's in the evening or don't want to watch a half-hour long replay of me a talking head. Anyways, all right. Well, I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much for joining or watching the replay. And yeah, I'll see you on the inside. Bye-bye.